What's up guys, Eric from B-Side. Today we have here a 2018 Toyota Avalon and we're going to do an updated video on how to install our wireless S-Connect CarPlay Android Auto kit. There's some new functions to it. One of them is the audio comes through the car's Bluetooth, and you can also have the audio come through the factory USB too if you like. So it's a pretty cool addition, and this is applicable with both CarPlay and Android Auto depending on what phone you have, whether it's an Android phone or an Apple phone. So let me stop wasting time. Let's go inside the car. Let me show you how to install it, and I'll demonstrate after we install it. All right guys, we're in the car. Let's go ahead and remove the factory radio so that we could get to the necessary connectors to install our plug-and-play S-Connect CarPlay Android Auto. So start that now. First thing we're gonna do is remove this panel here. Going to use panel removal tool to pry this out. All right, let's disconnect this connector. Just push down on the release and pull out. All right, let's put this aside in a safe location. Let's also remove the shift knob. Just turn it counterclockwise. All right, so next step, we are going to remove this panel piece here. To do that, lower your steering wheel. There's a release here. Unlatch it. Push it all the way down, latch it again, lower it, and then pull it back towards you so you have more room to work with. And from here, use a little panel removal tool. You can just grab it from the corner like this and just pry it up. Okay, there it is. And now let's place your hand here and let's pull this out. Okay, just work your way through the left. Probably a connector back here. Okay, there it is. Press down on this connector and release it. And carefully move this. All right, so this will expose the 4 10mm bolts that we need to remove. We got 1, we got 2, and 2 on the bottom here. You have to stick your head down, okay? Right here, these 2. So let's remove those. This is ready to come out. Before we do so, let's lay a really thick towel here just to protect the radio from scratching anything inside. And when you're pulling this out, there's gonna be a connector here that's gonna prevent it from coming out all the way. You could unplug it here, or actually it's easier to unplug it while it's here. So place your hand back here. You'll find this connector here. Just push down the release tab, pull out, okay? Just don't forget to plug that back in when you're reinstalling it. Thick towel. It's important. Be careful not to hit your steering wheel with this. If you like, you can add some masking tape. All right. Okay, so once we get behind the radio, the connectors we're going to be working on is this, and also that. Is it that? Yep, that. 1, 2, 3. Before we do that, just one other thing we know, this is a USB plug. So if you get the optional USB adapter, you're gonna disconnect this, okay? And connect it to our adapter. All right, so I'm gonna disconnect that, and this will connect to the adapter. For this customer, we are not gonna be using the USB adapter, because if you use the USB adapter, you will lose the factory USB functions, although the factory USB plug becomes a wire CarPlay or Android Auto. It's going to be converted. All right, so those are the connectors. Let me grab our kit and make the connection. All right, so with cars like this, that's very, very dusty, just be very careful when you're handling these connectors. You don't get the dust, lint inside the connector, because it can actually short out your radio. So when you unplug it, just be careful. Just keep the area as clean as possible and try not to get any of the debris inside. This is the plug and play harness that comes included in the kit. It's the main harness. It's the largest. Okay, looks like this. So if you look at this harness, we have 3 large connectors. These are the connectors going to connect to the radio. This will connect to the bottom right. Okay, like here, This will connect to what was originally connected to the radio. And we have 2 more connectors. This one goes on the top and this one goes next to it like this. Okay, so let's make these 3 connections. I'm gonna do one at a time. So let's start off with the bottom corner here. Just press down. Okay. So wiggle it out while pressing and holding the release. All right. And let's connect the other side. And let's grab our connector number 2. So number 2 is this one. Press, unplug, connect it to ours. And let's connect the male side to the radio. All right. Okay, and lastly, with the largest connector here, I'm going to connect it to this. Press and hold here. Okay, this will connect here. Okay. The other side will connect here. All right. And make sure you hear the click on all these. That confirms that the connector has connected in all the way. If you don't hear the click, that means it didn't go in all the way, and if it didn't go in all the way, it could cause some issues. So all the radio side connection is done. And if you notice here, the radio information, this is Panasonic right here. It says Panasonic. So the dip switch is all off. Okay. Okay, so here's our cables. Let me try to organize them a bit here. Prevent crossing them as much as possible so you don't get them tangled up. Let me connect them to our boxes. So we have these connections that we're going to make from this harness. We have the microphone. We have the auxiliary. This is for your audio. We have this main connector, and we have the power. Okay, I'll start off with this guy here. This is our video interface. Let's connect this. Okay, and all we have to do is connect the HDMI here cable and to the other box. So here's the HDMI cable, like so. Okay, and this will connect to the other box. Here is the other box. Connect the power cable. We'll connect the microphone. We'll go to mic in. All right. Straightforward. And the auxiliary AUX will connect to line out. All the way up here. You might get tempted to connect to external speaker. We still have customers who connect to external speaker for some reason, even though I keep telling you not to. So make sure you don't do that. If you connect to external speaker, you'll get mono audio. It won't not be good quality, but it doesn't really matter because we're routing all the audio to the car's Bluetooth now. But if you decide you want to use a factory auxiliary for audio, you do have to make some changes to the system. And it is important that you're using line out and not external speaker. Okay. All right. So we got that. And then we need to connect our USB extension cable. So this customer, once again, is not using the optional USB adapter. For that reason, we're going to use the included USB extension cable. We're going to route this to the passenger side. So if the customer wants to charge the phone or use wired CarPlay or Android Auto, you definitely can. If you are using the USB adapter, that USB cable that I showed you behind the radio earlier, so our adapter is going to connect to that on one end. The other end is going to connect here, okay, to USB. Here is the Wi-Fi, or here is the wireless antenna for your wireless CarPlay Android Auto connection. Okay, and lastly, we're going to connect the 2 boxes together like that. Okay, and this completes all the connection. I am going to organize the cables, the wires. I'm going to route this USB extension cable to the passenger side, and then I will mount this over here. Okay, I'm gonna bring it down here and I'll show it to you on the driver's side. So let's do that now. I might unplug some of these and replug them just for the sake of organizing it. But yeah, let's route these cables and organize them. Okay. So we got this. I'll leave it there for now. Let me route the USB. Okay. This one's easier if you go from the bottom up. Okay, and then we'll just leave this here for now. Okay, so we got all the wires routed. Let me connect them and let me use some zip ties to organize all the cables and wires, and we will insulate these boxes and we'll place them back here. There's a lot of room back here, so you won't have a problem finding a location for it. When you're adding this insulation tape, don't block the vents. Okay, right here, these are where the vents are, right here. Make sure to not block them, okay? So I noticed that this pocket here, it might be in the way. So if you look over here, look at that. So you gotta make sure that it's not in the way of that. I'm gonna keep this on the open position while I mount the boxes to ensure that I found a location that will not impede with the movement of the pocket. All right guys, so how we mounted all the boxes, we gotta make sure that this movement still works, okay? So in order to do that, when you're mounting it, push this all the way up and then find the areas where you mount the boxes. The module, we mounted straight back against the back, made it pretty flat, and we organized the cables so that it doesn't impede on this going back, and we're able to push this back. The dip switch box, on the other hand, it's kind of big. It was bigger to put it back here, so we found some space down here right under. It's on top of this little pocket area. There's some space here, so we were able to mount it here, but the challenge is to keep this stay put so it doesn't move around. So we added some double-sided tape on the bottom. We also added some more tape from the top to prevent it from moving. So that's how we mounted the two boxes. Also, let's push this all the way to the side here. I'm gonna just tuck it under and just leave it right here. So if the customer wants to use this for additional charging, definitely can. And then this antenna here, we're going to tuck it under here. We're going to remove the adhesive. Just tuck it under this plastic. Just go all the way through. Tuck it under here. Okay, terrific. Okay, so let's do a quick test before we put everything back. Just press and hold the hang up button. We'll switch over the screen. Okay, touch screen's working. That is great. Let me plug my phone in just to test the operation. All right, terrific. It's working. Okay, backup camera working. I'm back. Okay, good. All right, and then to go back, press and hold the hang up button again. Take it back. All right, looks like everything's working. Let me put everything back and I'll show you a brief demonstration on how it operates. All right guys, so we went and finished installing the S-Connect CarPlay Android Auto wireless for this Toyota Avalon. Let me show you how it works. So when you first turn on the vehicle, you'll notice that it's exactly the same. You didn't lose any of the factory function. Everything works and functions just like how it always did. The only difference now, you have wireless CarPlay or Android Auto depending on what phone you're using. And simply, if you know how to get into that mode, you'll be able to utilize it. If you don't know, then it's just like your normal factory radio. So first, we want to make sure your Bluetooth is turned on. So let's go to the Bluetooth menu. It's not connected to my phone, but let me add my phone in here. Okay. So I'm going to settings on my phone. I'm going to go to settings, go to Bluetooth. We're going to connect to Toyota Avalon. All right, this is my customer's phone, so I'm not going to allow my favorites and contacts. Okay, so it is connected. Terrific. Let me just make sure sound's coming through it. Sound is coming through. Terrific. All right, next step, we want to go to your steering wheel control, press and hold the hang up button. It will take you to this 3 icon screen. And once you are here, go back to your phone, go to settings, go to general, CarPlay, and connect to the MV17W under other cars. Only connect wirelessly through this menu. Never connect through the Bluetooth menu or the Wi-Fi menu, because if you do that, it's going to change the order of operation that's required for a successful wireless connection. So make sure you only use the CarPlay menu item. If you have an Android device, you could connect directly to the Bluetooth. All right, so we got wireless CarPlay. Once you set it up, when you turn your car, it will automatically connect, but you do still have to press and hold the hang up button and switch over the screen. It only takes about 5 seconds after you turn the car for it to actually connect and launch on the background. But you do have to press the hang up button. And while you're on the CarPlay screen, you could engage your reverse gear. It'll still come out like normal. You come out back to your CarPlay screen. And if you want to make some adjustments to the screen, then I recommend you to use dark mode on Google Maps. It comes out more sharp. Or you can use Waze. Waze also comes out pretty good too. You can also put the Waze on dark mode if you want a little bit more contrast. And on top of that, even on the Apple Maps, you can also change it to the dark mode as well. If you want to make some more adjustments, you can go back to your factory screen settings, go to home, select display, go to camera, and you can make some adjustments here. We increased the brightness 2 levels up and we left the contrast in the center, as you can see here. And if you want more contrast, you can go to your settings and change the wallpaper to a darker one. All right. Give you a bit more contrast. Okay, so what you can do, you could play some music using your favorite music player. We're using Spotify. You can also use the track up, track down continues to work. You can also use these track up and track down. If you want to pause your music, you can do so. You can play again. So all these continues to function. And if somebody calls you, you can also pick up using the steering wheel control buttons. Testing. All right. So that works normal, just like factory. And you can also summon Siri. What's the weather?
It's currently clear and 71 degrees.
And if you want to adjust the Siri volume, so there's volumes that can be controlled from your phone because it's connected to Bluetooth. So just going up and down will control the volume of your music. And if you want to change your Siri volume or turn-by-turn direction, just summon Siri, and then you can adjust the Siri volume accordingly. Okay. So they're both 2 different independent volume controls when your phone is connected. And on top of that, if you want to summon Siri, you can also press and hold the calling button. What's the weather? That also controls as well. And if you want to go back to your Toyota infotainment system, press and hold the hang up button. Okay. And press and hold the hang up button again to enter the CarPlay or Android Auto mode. All right, guys, well, that does it. This is our updated video. It's been a while since we did our old video. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you got all the details you needed to install this kit successfully. And if you'd like to purchase it today, it's available at beatsonicusa.com and it's in stock and we can ship it to you right away. So So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't yet, help us by liking and subscribing our channel. I'll see you guys on the next video.